Hello, everyone. This is your main man, Keith Eustace here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday morning to all my viewers on this awesome channel. This is the first episode for the Vikings being at home. The last episode you saw them was believed to have been against the Baltimore Ravens, where Lamar Jackson defeated Kirk Cousins and his Vikings. And this will be the first appearance for the host of Super Bowl 52, US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. I like this stadium. I think it's pretty cool how the glass is domed in a way, and they got that huge Viking ship, in my opinion, so that's what makes it pretty cool about it. And the New Orleans Saints will be traveling up north to frigid cold Minnesota, where the forests are always timber, and you'll see wolves in that state, moose, wildlife like that up close. I don't know if it's close to Canada, Minneapolis or not, but I know it's close to Canada, Minnesota. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Here we are in the 612 in US Bank Stadium. What a nice looking one though too, keep that in mind. So that's what I'm talking about, that Viking ship. It's like in the tunnel area. That's where they do their prep game, as we see Kirk Cousins on the field battling off against Drew Brees.
From US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, this is the National Football League. Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings versus Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
Alright, we are the Minnesota Vikings, so we will return the first half as we got Amir Abdullah, the former Detroit Lions running back, to run this out. And he will unfortunately get stopped at the 29 there, as we see Kirk Cousins steps onto the field and the Minnesota Vikings offense for the first time in this episode. So it's a first down now. I think I'm going to use some Dalvin Cook, one of my favorite running backs in this league. And he gets down at the 38, a gain of 9 there for his first rush attempt. So now, we got Dalvin Cook here. He will get stopped at the 44. That is a 1st and 10 now. Let's see how far he can run. And Cameron Jordan, who stops him down at the 46. Now I think we're going to do a passing play here now, and I'm going to use the rookie Justin Jefferson from LSU. That is an incomplete pass. It's so weird having no Stephon Diggs on this offensive unit this season, and now Justin Jefferson will make the team's first touchdown, and his first touchdown, 54 yards, as they do the team celebration here. Kirk Cousins just throws it all across the field, and then his main receiver, Justin Jefferson, gets it in for a touchdown. Alright, it is now 1st and 10 now from the 28-yard line here in Minneapolis, as Drew Brees steps on the field with his Saints offense, and Alvin Kamara gets stopped there with -1 yard by Anthony Barr. So the Vikings know how to play some defense there as they stopped him there. 2nd and 11 now from the 26. And Michael Thomas makes the reception. 1 for 1, 15 yards. That time by the Saints offense. So now Drew Brees, and he will get stopped there. Oh no, he gets a first down. Oh, fumble and I think it is Anthony Barr who just stopped Alvin Kamara. He gets his first fumble recovery of the game here, so this will be New Orleans' first turnover of the episode right here. I like getting turnovers. This is why I like to play on defense more than I like to play on offense. On defense, I really get to tackle the players, and then usually I get sacks in this. Hopefully, and as you saw from the previous episodes, I mainly got turnovers for touchdowns. And speaking of touchdowns, Dalvin Cook runs it in for his first one. Justin Jefferson scored the other touchdown, which I believe it was 54 yards there that time. And he breaks a couple of tackles and he gets it in for a touchdown there. All right, now we're ready here. They're down at the 9 now. 3rd down and 28 from... And he gets a reception there. Michael Thomas, is it good enough to get the first down? No, it is not. 4th and 6 now. We are ready to return the punt. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Justin Jefferson will be the returner here for this Viking special teams unit who's just scored the first touchdown of the game. And it is the end of the first quarter, everybody, as the Vikings are leading 14-0. And we are on offense this time. We just got the punt return. He got down at the 26. Justin Jefferson, rookie from LSU. All right, now some Dalvin Cook here. He gets stopped at the 40. 6 rushes, 72 yards, and a touchdown there that time. So that is a 1st and 10. 126 total offensive yards for this Minnesota team right here. And he will get stopped at the 46. 7 rushes, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Malcolm Jenkins, who just recently returned with the Saints. He was in the Super Bowl 44 team along with Drew Brees, Marquise Colston. And that is a 1st down there. 2 for 3, 80 yards. They're going to move those chains here and get the 1st down. And he will get stopped at the 24. 8 rushes, 82 yards, and a touchdown there. So now we're going to use passing play. And now Kirk Cousins will pass it off to Irv Smith Jr., and that is a touchdown there. First receiving touchdown of the game for Irv Smith. And it is going to be now 21-0 here in Minnesota. And we got another takeaway here as the Saints lost the ball. They got sacked by Eric Kendricks, Drew Brees there, and I think it was Daniel Hunter, the Kingston, Jamaica native, who recovered the ball that time. I think we were at the 17 here, so this is a 1st and 10 now. And he will get stopped at the 13 there. His first rush of the game with only 4 yards, so we're going to use a double slants, and here comes a 2-minute warning here at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota, not too far from Minnesota's capital of St. Paul. And that is also an incomplete pass. 3 for 5 there. Now we're going to use a formation that we could use a tight end. And this time, fortunately, I used some Eric Kendricks, and he gets his first touchdown on offense. He usually plays defense, but really, look, everybody, there's the wheels on the bus are making the Vikings get their touchdown. So we will see you guys when we are on defense. All right, now we are on defense here. We are at the 12-yard line, and it's 2nd and 29 here, and the Saints just subbed out for Jameis Winston, the former FSU baseball player and Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback. He actually played baseball at Florida State, and then he got drafted out of high school, but he declined because he wanted to play football at Florida State and go into the NFL. Many NFL players, when they played baseball in high school, some of them get drafted, but many of them do not play because they feel football is more important, and I kind of agree with that in a way. And many of those baseball scouts do not go to college, so many of those pro baseball players, they end up getting drafted out of high school, and most of them don't even go to college. And now we're going to take the timeout here with 4 seconds to go. It is now 28-0 here in Minneapolis. So the Saints have to score some way, sometime, either in the third or the fourth. But if they don't, they don't. And that's an incomplete pass there. And it will be now 28-0 here in Minneapolis. I think we will kick off the second half because we received the first half. And I was correct. We actually kick off the second half because we returned the first half with, I think, Amir Abdullah. And now Latavius Murray, the former Vikings player, he will return to his old... It's a homecoming for him. He returns to his old home soil here in Minneapolis. We have 243 total yards here. It's because we got those 2 turnovers and mainly the fact that, and that could have been an interception there. That could have been an INT that time. So it's now 2nd and 10 now from the 26 here. And that is also incomplete as well. 1 for 3 there, 19 yards. And it's now 3rd down and 10 now from the 26 here in Minneapolis. And he gets sacked. It's by Anthony Harris. And now the Vikings are going to return this punt. Possibly we wanted a touchdown here, possibly. But this Saints team is so good. They probably will stop us, but if they do, they do. There's many, many attempts here. They lose the ball on offense. And I think we get stopped at the middle of the field, down around the 50-yard line. Here, 1st and 10 now from the 49, I'd say. And now we got some Dalvin Cook here. And he will gain his yardage to the 42. All right, now we got some Eric Kendricks there. He gets down at the 25 there, so it will be 1st and 10 now from the 25-yard line. And that is an incomplete pass. I believe this is his first one that he dropped in this whole game. So, and he gets it at the 11-yard line. So, we're going to go down to the 11-yard line here. And we are going to get the reception. And this is Eric Kendricks' 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Despite playing on defense, I just saw him in as tight end. But he can be also considered as the 60-minute man because he played both offense and defense in this episode. So just keep that in mind. Also a connection to Chuck Bednarik, who did that with the Philadelphia Eagles. He played both offense and defense for 60 minutes as well. All right, now it's 2nd and long now from the 24-yard line here, and it's 2nd down at 21 as we got Jameis Winston. I switched out, well, the Saints switched out for Jameis Winston because Drew Brees did an okay performance, but I just wanted to see what Jameis Winston looked like in a New Orleans Saints uniform. I know he's backup as well as Taysom Hill, who really does the kickoff and punt returns despite being a quarterback. And I think that's pretty cool. I mean, you don't see a lot of QBs return as kickoffs or punt returns in reality, but now with the use of Taysom Hill, it has been more common. So it is already the fourth quarter. This game has gone pretty fast. The Saints had 2 turnovers in this game. I think New Orleans is getting their first touchdown from Jameis Winston to Emmanuel Sanders. No defenders there to stop Emmanuel Sanders, the former Denver Broncos receiver, played with Peyton Manning in Super Bowl 50. All right, now we are on a return team for the first time. No, wait, second time rather, because we did it in the first quarter. This was New Orleans' first time scoring. Amir Abdullah, he gets broken a couple of tackles and gets down at the 47, and he will get stopped there. I honestly thought he was going to return it all the way to the end zone and make it a kickoff return for a touchdown. We haven't had that a lot. I think the first one was to have been Season 1, Episode 1 with the Pittsburgh Steelers battling off against the Dallas Cowboys, or it could have been Episode 2 of when the Cleveland Browns battled off against the Chicago Bears. And we haven't scored any safeties in this game. And we see a lot of episodes with at least a 2-point safety. Surprisingly, in the first and second episodes, the Bears and the Steelers both did not score safeties. It was the Cowboys and the Browns that scored 2-point safeties. So that comparing to episode 2, the Browns got their first points by scoring a 2-point safety. So now it's 2nd and 11 now from the 35. Dalvin Cook gets stopped at the 31 there. He is almost at 100 yards. If he has one more yard in, that will be 100 for him, so he will claim himself the 100-yard day. All right, now we're hoping that Justin Jefferson gets his second on. It's incomplete there. You know what we are going to do. Usually our non-successful field goals, third down conversions, all right, now it's Pat Eflin, and he gets it in. Touchdown, Vikings. I believe it's Pat Eflin, but yeah, at least he gets the touchdown. What a great way to get it in for the touchdown. All right, the game is over, folks. The Minnesota Vikings take their first win of Madden 21 at home against the New Orleans Saints. So the final score is the Minnesota Vikings 42, the New Orleans Saints 7, and we will go over statistics here in just a brief moment. But first, I do want to say thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for more content in the near later future, and peace out. For the passing, Kirk Cousins got a passer rating of 145.0 with 8 out of 13, 198, and 4 touchdowns. Jameis Winston scored the team's only touchdown there with a 145.8 and 7 out of 10 from Florida State with 1 touchdown. Drew Brees did not score any touchdowns. He was a 118.8, so that's 100% of his completed. And Sean Mannion, the kicker who faked that field goal for a touchdown, Dalvin Cook had 13 carries, 13 carries, 99 yards, and one touchdown. Alvin Kamara had three attempts, -20, and no touchdowns. Kirk Cousins had 2 attempts and 12 yards in, so that's 6 there. And Latavius Murray only gained 3. Eric Kendricks, despite of this, he is a defensive player, but I do put some defensive players on offense. So Eric Kendricks had 4 receptions, 54 yards, and 2 touchdowns from UCLA. Emmanuel Sanders had 3 receptions, 69 yards, and the team's only touchdown. Jared Cook had 3 receptions and 55 yards. Adam Thelien had 2 receptions, 66 yards with no touchdowns. Brian O'Neill had 1 reception, 31 yards, and 1 touchdown. Irv Smith Jr. had 1 reception and 1 touchdown. And Justin Jefferson had 1 reception and 54 yards and a touchdown. Defensively, let's take a look at the sacks. Mike Hughes, Daniel Hunter, Shamar Stephen, and Anthony Harris all got a sack. Eric Kendrick, Anthony Barr also had half a sack. And there were no defensive touchdowns or safeties. And that wraps up the video.